we'll hear from the lady who hasn't shaved her legs or armpits for 2 years. She says, girls, it's good for you. And she's got a boyfriend and everything, so it must be good. This is Drive Time, 9 minutes past 3 o'clock. Nice to be back in the studio after 2.5 weeks away. This is Drive Time. Travel in the next 25 minutes and then every 15 minutes from 4 o'clock. But there are some big problems this afternoon on the A414 North Orbital Road westbound. It's closed, queuing traffic due to an accident. It's a petrol tanker that's been involved on the A1081 London Road, London Colney roundabout. It's the road has been closed for recovery, and that tanker is reported to be spilling fuel onto the carriageway. If you're there and can update us, 81333, start your text 3CR. Fuel on the carriageway is never a good combination, is it? This is Three Counties Drive Time. Do you fancy going to all the big movie premieres or having a big house and a lifestyle? For example, the Beckhams, because they look like they're having a great time. They're in LA, they're in London, they're all over the place. They're always happy. Well, he's happy. She's got entertainment reporter Neil Sean has interviewed some of the world's biggest stars, and they've passed on their top tips about how they've got where they are. Now, he's put them all in a new book called How to Live Like a Celebrity for Free, and it's the for free bit that really intrigues me. Neil joins us now. Afternoon, Neil.
Hi, Rob. How are you? I thought the lady you were talking about, by the way, was Susan Boyle with the unshaven arms and legs, and then I realised, no, got a boyfriend.
It's someone else. Neil, I've followed your career for many years. I sometimes worry that you know too much about these celebrities.
Well, you know, it's a bit like your job, though, honestly. You know, you meet people, you interview people, and it's funny, isn't it? When you get certain people in a situation, they tend to talk. And I think the worst bit in my job is when you say, going to interview a movie star, whether it be like Tom Cruise or whoever, and there's always that bit like, say, when we've just done this now, where you're playing ABBA, and if I was in the studio, we'd probably be having a chat. We wouldn't be listening.
Oh, listen, if we could broadcast the stuff that I talk about when the records are playing, we'd have the biggest rating show in the country. We also be off air very quickly.
But you see, that's exactly what I'm saying, Rob. It's like, you know, that's the deal. And so, you know, people tend to tell you all sorts of things, you know, when you sort of chatted away about certain things. You think, wow. And how the idea, you know, the idea for the free living literally came about was two things, really. I had been, you know, broke. I was living on a $5 a day. And I don't mean this in a, oh, poor me way, but when you've got no money and you're unemployed, you know, every sort of cent counts, every penny counts. And in those days when that happened to me, I was working also in hotels to make a living. And the only way you could, it's a lot different now, but the only way you could look to see if there were any jobs was to buy the evening paper in London, which was the Standard. That was 50p every day. Now, there was really nowhere to read it for free until my dad pointed out that, of course, he did keep it in all these deluxe hotels like the Dorchester and all that sort of place. And if you look smart and you went in, you could sit in there in sheer comfort with your notebook, writing these job things down, and of course saving 50p. And it sort of started from there, really. I thought, that's a clever idea.
That is a very clever idea. But the thing is with celebrities, and, you know, I'm not sure whether I'd want to live like a celebrity. I'd want to live like a rich person because they have a great... But how do celebrities get away with it? Because, you know, they attend all these... They don't pay. You know, the Oscars invite them, they give them a flashy watch. They don't pay. They want a car. They just ring up Aston Martin and say, look, Rob wants an Aston Martin, and they deliver one. If I try that, they laugh.
Do you know, I'm glad you brought that up, actually, Rob, because you're spot on with that. I went to a function the other night, which was a play, an Old Coward play in the West End. It was an opening night, and just for attending, they gave us this book, which is coming out, I think, in another month, but it's all about Noel Coward's life. It's got a DVD and everything, and when I looked at the cover price, it was £35.
So you stuck it straight on eBay?
Yeah, but, you know, I'm glad you thought of that, but I'm not saying that, but the thing is, I did think to myself, you know, this is the thing. It's like when you don't want something, you get given it even more.
Oh,
we went to a party, you know, recently, and we got given like aftershave, phones, all that sort of stuff, and you come away thinking, these people actually don't want this stuff because they've got it. But it's the people outside, the dire fans, who really could do with a mobile phone or some nice aftershave. Why don't they go out and give it to them? But, you know, they don't.
Neil, let's start with the basic. Do companies want their products to be given free to celebrities in the hope that there will be some sort of endorsement there?
Oh, absolutely. I tell you how it works. It's quite simple. If you see any interview, there's one at the moment with a breakfast TV host that relaunches next month, and she's doing interviews left, right, and centre. But she's also plugging something that she's been told that she's been paid a vast amount of money for to plug. So now what they do is they disguise that in an interview form. So it may say things like, "Oh, how do you start your busy day?" And they'll say, "I eat X yogurt." You see what I mean? And then
Very
suddenly
clever.
you've got it in, and they go, "Oh, right," and then they've got the plug-in, yeah.
So if Aston Martin did give me the car, all I have to do is come on the local radio and say, "Look, I've got here today in my DB9."
Yeah, obviously working for an esteemed organisation like the BBC, one can't do that.
No, I know.
But it's amazing, fully enough, how things do evolve, because when you say, can you really live for free? Can you get this for free, that for free? There's so many free things, even that you might say, if I live in a small village, chances are your library, if it's still open, does have internet access for an hour for free. And, on those sites alone on there, everybody every day is giving away free stuff. And, you just set up another account that you don't care about spam going to. And, we tried this, and, I did this when I was, as I say, broke. And every week, virtually, from a leading, shaving company, I would get foam shave, razors. I didn't buy any for years, Rob, because I couldn't.
Just write this down.
It saves thousands, doesn't it?
Can I get? Me and my listeners, can we, for example, ring up tonight at a top restaurant? I don't know, in Stevenage, and say, Nando's. Say, look, I am Brad Pitt. I want to book a table for 8:30.
I tell you how it works. If you want to go to a major branded restaurant, like somewhere like that, what they have are marketing nights. And, what you're going to do is look further into the media sections of their websites. Don't look at the normal brand page that they've got. Look at who actually owns the companies, because chances are they'll own 6 or 7 different branded restaurants. And what they do is they have branded nights where you can go along as a tester, and they may have a new menu, like an autumn menu or a pizza new menu or whatever. And you go along as a tester, and you eat the food, and you just have to fill in cards. Now, if you've got no money, it's a night out, you've had a free meal, and chances are they'll keep calling you back for other things if you're favourable about their product.
That's amazing. That's all in your new book, How to Live Like a Celebrity for Free.
Oh, there's lots more. I mean, we've got tips from weird things, like, if you've gone on a night out and you want to look, very glamorous, the best thing to do, which Jennifer Lopez told me, is to go along to a major store and, when you get the free makeover, just go along and say, I want to look like this. They make you over, and then consequently, you've got your makeup done, girls. You can get your hair washed for nothing.
Yeah, but I don't think Jennifer Lopez has any trouble going to Debenham saying, I need to go out tonight, put a bit of slap on.
No, but then again, on a serious note, the one thing I would say, the key to this is to always look smart. Even if you've got no money, you can afford to look clean and smart. If it's just a white shirt, dark trousers, whatever, just look like you've... The key is, if you look like you've got money, money comes to you. If you go around in overgrown tracksuits and, neck tattoos and stuff, you don't look like you've got any money, and they won't give you it. You can look like that when you're Jay-Z and you're a multi-billionaire.
Yeah, he's got that neat trick of having his trousers hanging halfway down his backside. Can I ask, Neil, by the way, where can people follow you on Twitter?
Oh, gosh, it's at Neil Sean 1, NEILSEAN figure 1.
Okay. And the book is called How to Live Like a Celebrity for Free. Can I ask, because you've interviewed them all. You've all of them, right? Yeah. Are they happy?
Do money, does money make you happy? I tell you what it does with most of them. Jennifer Aniston, when we interviewed her at the Dorchester, was dreadfully unhappy and kept crying. That was the first time I ever met her.
Get out of here.
She did. It was so embarrassing, Bob, because I walked in. I'll tell you, this is exclusive stories. I walked in the room, and, you must have done this, and when there's no PR around, you think, oh, it must be in here. And she was having a crafty cigarette. And she went nuts because, of course, I'd walked in and nobody knew she smoked. And what they said to me at the TV studio was, find if you can get out what's happening with Brad Pitt and everything. And I just thought, well, I'm not winning this one. So I said, oh, it's terrible, isn't it? I said, I've just been dumped myself. And she started to cry. I was filling up. And she kind of confessed everything. And I just thought, you've got 6 or 8 million for this film. You could probably buy anything you want. But the one thing you do want is happiness. And you really can't buy that.
Yeah, but she was dumped by Brad Pitt. I mean, that's quite, that's quite a bit.